Hey there everyone, so welcome to my little Tatin UB Chef Extra. So remember, we have our weekly menu, but as well as that we have our extras which you can order each week to go alongside your meal or that lovely little treat on a Sunday, of course. So here we've got the Tatin. It comes all ready to go. So the apples have all been cooked in a beautiful cassia spiced caramel sauce in the bottom. And look at that, you get this lovely non-stick pan which is yours to keep after. So this is a great deal. There's the Tatin. Then you've got your pastry in here, all pre-rolled. We've got a little bit of egg yolk, which we're going to brush on the top. And then my garnishes, I've got this little cassia spiced creme fraiche mousse, and I've got a little bit of Calvados caramel sauce just in there. So what I'm going to do, show you how to put together the Tatin. Just very, very carefully cut your little bit of little bag. Take out the pastry like so. It's on a backing board, so you can just carefully peel off that pastry onto your hand like that. Right, next thing to do, turn the pastry over and sit it on top like so, okay? Then what I'm going to do is start to get that pastry. You see I'm just tucking it. You see the way I fold it? I kind of push it down. And the idea is here I'm making like a really nice strong wall of pastry around the outside of the apples. If you just leave it on the top, you'll end up with the pastry basically just underneath the apples, and you won't have that lovely little wraparound of caramelised pastry which we know and love from the Tatin. So there, I can see the apples poking up. I'm just going to pull it out a little bit. I urge you to spend some time doing this. It's really, really important to get that pastry right the way down into the caramel. So it's almost ready. Yeah, I can almost see the caramel there where I'm pushing it down. That's what you want to happen. So all good. Right, next most important thing, take a knife and just give a little prick just in the top, which is going to get any steam to come out. And then your egg yolk, take a pastry brush. If you don't have one, you can use your finger if that's easier, but then just go all the way around it. You don't want to overload it with egg yolk, but just enough. We just do this because it adds a lovely golden colour to the top of the pastry. So a little bit more. And again, make sure you don't actually brush the egg yolk onto the pan, because that can make the pastry stick to it. So I'm just checking, all nicely covered like so. Keep your egg yolk if you want to use that for something else. Now this is now going to go in the oven. You can put a tray under it if you like, but I suggest put the tray on the next shelf down. Put this mid position or top of the oven, and you want it in there for about 25-35 minutes. So, but what the key is, it will be nice and risen, and it will be lovely and golden all the way over. So your oven, it can depend on how fierce it is, but I'd say, rule of thumb, 30 minutes in the oven. When it comes out, get it back onto the board. Be careful of the pan handle, of course, because it's really, really hot. You want to let it rest for a couple of minutes, let the caramel calm down. So we'll be back. I'm going to get my caramel sauce in the pan. I'm going to warm that up. Back in about 30-35 minutes, and I'll show you how to finish off this incredible Tatin. So here it is, Tatin has come out of the oven. It's been resting here now for about 5 minutes. Cooked for 30 minutes in total. See it, lovely and golden brown, and it's just, you can see it's just loosened from the side. Now of course what will happen to the caramel, it'll start hardening up, so it can stop it basically from turning out when you turn the pan over, but you can tell, good way, just get your finger, make sure all of that pastry is loose from the outside, and you should be good to go. So I've got my plate all here, I've got my sauce, I've got my mousse, okay? What I'm going to do is turn it over. Now don't straight away lift the pan off. Let the pan just sit for a second. All the caramel is going to be dripping down. Just have a little check. Hey, look at that. Very, very nice. All that lovely caramel sauce drizzled on top. This is what Sundays are about as well, for me. So what I'm going to do now, carefully take off my little bits of cassia. Now these have been cooked within it to flavour it as it cooks. You don't want to eat them because obviously they're a bit hard. But I put a little bit of that just on the plate, a little bit of presentation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a lovely, nice little wedge of it, cut through that caramelised pastry on the side, and then through those apples. See those pink lady apples, they hold up really, really well during the cooking, and they take on, of course, all that lovely caramel sauce. Little spatula. Let's go in there. Let's put a nice little bit of that beautiful Tatin on there. A tiny bit of cassia bark on the top. Right, there we've got our mousse. So this is our cassia and creme fraiche mousse. Your spoon, dip it in a little bit of hot water. Drain it off well. Go in for a beautiful spoon of that. Look at that. On the side, serve more on the table if you like. And then go to your caramel sauce. Little spoon. There you go. Tarte Tatin, pink lady apples, cassia creme fraiche mousse, caramel sauce. Enjoy.